Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and this is big news for Marvel fans. The Thieves at Deadline. That's right, I will always refer to them until they give proper credits other sources other than their own. But the Thieves at Deadline, some still respect them, and usually when they have it, it means they've stolen it from someone who actually knows. And they are reporting that Captain America is returning to the MCU as Chris Evans nears a deal to reprise his role in future Marvel project. Now, the real intel behind this is they don't know what this is or how, but they just know Chris Evans is in talks to come back. And to be honest, this makes sense. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what I've heard. But let's read what this article is putting out there. In a move that is sure to rock the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sources tell Deadline that Chris Evans is cleaning the dust off his Captain America attire as he is expected to reprise the role in the MCU in some form. Still vague if deal is completely closed, but insiders say it's headed in that direction for Evans to return as Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, in at least one Marvel property, with the door open for a second film. Sources add it's unlikely to be a new Captain America installment and more likely to be what Robert Downey Jr. did after Iron Man 3, appearing in films like Captain America Civil War and Spider-Man Homecoming. Evans has been very public that he would be hanging up his shield after Avengers Endgame. Marvel is going as far as having the character hand the shield off to Anthony Mackie's character at the end of the film in a passing of the torch type of moment. Things had changed in recent months as the idea was floated of Evans returning to the MCU as Rogers to see if there was any interest. And in the weeks went by, Evans became more game to the idea, with the two sides coming to an agreement at the top of the year. Marvel had no comment. How he may return is still unclear and being worked out, but the options are unlimited. Over the years, even after characters' film franchises come to an end, Marvel has found ways to insert them into other properties, yada, 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 including Disney Plus series. Whatever the path may be, fans are sure to be invigorated by this news of the return of the character. Woo, woo. All right, well, look. First, this wasn't a surprise, and I talked around like, no, actually, you know what? This at first it was sort of like a wow. It was a surprise to me in that it happened so quickly. I thought he'd take a little bit more of a break before this sort of leaked. But the reality is, guys, Multiverse of Madness is going to change things tremendously, as will Spider-Man 3 when the multiverse happens. And it's gonna WandaVision is what's really gonna trigger a lot of that stuff to happen. And so be prepared. Once the multiverse cracks open, all bets are off. Marvel can really do whatever they want. They can have any character they want come back. They can revisit said characters. They can create new universe versions of said characters. They'll be going on other paths like they're doing with Black Widow. Everything goes off the table, especially since now Disney Plus has so many shows in production. Some of those shows, and again, speculation a bit here, but I'm sure some of those shows could be in different timelines based off of either separate universes or different time periods like Black Widow is, right? So this makes sense. I'm just surprised Chris Evans is so game to do it so quickly. That said, money brings everybody in. Plus, I think Chris Evans is probably hearing, Tobey Maguire's back, all these people coming back, that the MCU is now in for a big treat. And if the rumors are true that potentially Tom Cruise and others may be appearing as alternate versions of the heroes in Multiverse of Madness, which would be pretty exciting and fun in a one-off sort of thing. Maybe there is some other big idea or pitch that they're giving him, saying like, I know you said you didn't want to come back, but did you hear we have this? And would you want to come do that? And that maybe is what gave Chris Evans pause to say, that's going to make a lot of money. And I could buy another house. And then I can direct a bunch of other movies and things I want to do. So yeah, cool. Sounds good. Sign me up. How much money are we talking about though? Chris Evans gets to make this deal happen just like Robert Downey Jr. did. And the reality is I don't think this is the first, original MCU character we'll hear back. Robert Downey Jr., he's coming back. Scarlett Johansson, clearly they're going to figure out a way to bring her back. All these characters you know and love all can come back at any point with money and with cool opportunities and with the multiverse now splitting open all the possibilities of what can happen inside the MCU. Now, the reality is, though, that's good and bad, right? It's good in that fans will be like, yeah, he's back, but it's bad in that, like, the stakes are gone like they've always been. Like, the end of the MCU finally created some stakes, it felt like. Loki, and then like Gamora, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, and now literally all of them are probably going to come back in some way or other, in which case then what was the point? You know what I mean? Like there is a little bit of a problem. Like at some point you got to let a character go and move on. Now, there's creative ways to do it if it's before, maybe there is a way they're figuring this out, but I do worry the multiverse could now no one can die in a multiverse, right? You just go back and get Gamora, the younger Gamora, and solve your problem. And so what? It's a blessing and a curse because it brings back characters we know and love, but is it going to be exciting? I want to say, make sure you subscribe because I got another scoop coming. My Black Panther 2 will be, I'm trying to drop that this afternoon. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. But tonight's live, it's going to be not Nerd Wars. It's going to be Popcorn Planet Live tonight. I'm going to start doing that this month. I got a big breaking story to unleash, Marvel related. You're not going to want to miss this one. I'm going to give you a spoiler warning before I do it, but it's going to get leaked at some point soon. And so I want to break it first. Gonna hold out till tonight, so join us tonight, 9:30 p.m. Popcorn Planet Live for a big breaking Marvel news and gonna be some fun speculation about, well, what does this mean? So you're not gonna want to miss that one if you're a Marvel fan. So lots more coming. If you didn't watch my Doctor Doom scoop, I highly encourage you to do that because look, the reality is the multiverse and the plans for Phase 4, bringing in Doctor Doom, eventually the Fantastic Four, clearly eventually X-Men in some facet, which people are still trying to figure out how they're doing it. The multiverse solves all of those problems. It not only brings back all the characters you know and love, like Steve Rogers, but it can create mutants. It can do everything that they need to do and solve any problems they need to solve. Similar to what DC is doing with Flashpoint. I mean, Kevin Feige's no dummy, right? Kevin Feige created Civil War and made that happen faster once the word was, oh, no, they're doing Batman v Superman. All right, we got to crush that. So let's do Cap versus Iron Man. I mean, Marvel has notoriously paid a close attention to what the other side is doing to try and do it better. And some DC fans will be mad that I constantly say they didn't do well, but dude, Superman and Batman are the best heroes. Sorry, Cap. Sorry, Iron Man. Superman and Batman are the best heroes. And there's no reason that film should have been as divisive as it was. That should have been a slam dunk to massive fortune and sequels. And it wasn't. So Kevin Feige knows what to do. And with Flashpoint coming from DC now by Cyborg, sorry, Cryborg, with him gone, and them opening up Keaton and everything else, Marvel's clearly like, well, damn, we got to do that. We got the multiverse, we got Spider-Verse. They're working fast to get all that going. So lots more in the pipeline from Marvel. You're going to see a lot more characters. You heard it here first. Even though the Thieves at Deadline are saying Chris Evans is back first, stay tuned. More names are likely to be dropped. Who do you want to see come back to the MCU? Tell me your thoughts down below or just hit me up on social media. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and check out these videos. In fact, I'm going to put the link to upcoming to the stream tonight on the left. Make sure you click it, hit the reminder when you click it, or watch it if it's already there. You're not going to want to miss this news. It's big time.